Hello guys, welcome to CG Pixels, and in this video we are going to see how to import Mixamo characters and its animation inside Godot engine. So without any further ado, let's begin. Alright, so first thing that you have to do is go to the Mixamo website. So I'm gonna type in mixamo.com, okay, and let's wait for the website to open. Now it may ask you to do the login first, like this. Here I have been logged out, so you can click on login over here, or if you have the Adobe account already signed up, you can use your ID either with Google or Facebook or mail ID, whatever. In case if you don't have an Adobe account, just create a new one. It's completely free. So in this particular case I'm going to use my Google account. So let me just click on that. Alright, so once you logged in inside the Mixamo website, there are two sections that you will notice. One is the characters and one is the animations. Okay, so over here we are going to download these assets in two steps. First we are going to download whatever character that we want to set up inside Godot, and then we are going to download its relevant animations. Alright, so first thing first, let's select our character and let me choose something. Let me check. Alright, so let's say that I want to use this SWAT guy. Okay, so once your character is selected, what you can do is click over here in download, and from here you just make sure that you select FVX binary and just choose this depose, which is by default, and click on download. And after that you are going to get this pop-up window which is asking you where to save the file. So I'm just going to choose my downloads folder, and let's just keep the name as SWAT. Click on save. So now my character has been downloaded. So now once you have selected a character on Mixamo, the first step is done. I have downloaded the base character. Now we have to select the animations that we are going to use inside the engine for this character. Okay, so make sure that your character has been already selected in this window. Okay, by the way, I'm able to rotate this character around using my left mouse button, and using the scroll button, using the scroll mouse wheel, I am able to zoom in and zoom out. And if you want to dolly, zoom in, zoom out, you can also right click, hold and drag up and down in order to zoom in or zoom out. Alright, now let's go to the animations tab, and just make sure that your character is already there, appearing here in this window. Now here you can see there are a lot of preview animation that is going on in the thumbnail. Alright, so over here in the search, let's search for idle, because one animation that we want to play by default is the idle, that this guy is standing, and let's just choose this. Let's just say that our character is the standing idle. There is one scenario. Now there are a lot of options over here. For example, the body type and all, you can just play around with this value in order to see how it affects the animation. Alright, so for now I am going to keep all the settings at default, right, and I'm going to click on download. Now again here you just need to note that here I'm going to choose FVX. Okay, and for the skinning, with skin and without skin. So basically with skin is that the animation is going to be downloaded along with the character as well, the mesh, the character mesh. So in our case we have already downloaded the mesh separately, so we don't need that, right? So we are going to select without skin, keep the frames as it is, 30 frames, and for the keyframe reduction leave it default for none. Right, click on download. Now again you will get a prompt, but over here just let me give a name, idle. Alright, now my idle animation has been downloaded. Let's download some other animation. Let's say walking. Okay, let's choose this simple walk animation. Now here you can see one thing, that my character is actually leaving its place. Alright, and this type of animation is required when you are using root motion So now if you may ask what is the root motion, that I will maybe try to cover it in some other videos. In most of the general cases, we would like to control our characters using the code, and we just want to play the animation alongside. So in this particular case, we are also assuming that we are going to do the setup in the same way. So that's why we don't want this root motion applied to our animation. So what we are going to do over here is just check on this in place. So this is what is this one is going to do is basically keep our character at one place and just keep the playable animation in loop. All right, so with that setup, again I am going to leave all these settings at default. You can play around if you want to customize how the animation is going on. Click on download. Again we are selecting without skin. Leave everything as default. Make sure that this is set to FVX binary. Click on download. Alright, so let's just save it for working. And now it is time to fire up our engine, set up the project and import our animations, and let's see how we can actually make it work. So now let's set up our project. Click on new, give it a name, some sort of here I'm going to give it a name of, let's say, animation from Mixamo. Click create new folder in order to create a separate folder for this, and for rendering I'm just going to select forward plus, click create. Alright, so our new project has been created, and now it's time to import our downloaded animations. So before we do that, I'm just going to click create new, create a new folder, and for this I'm going to give it a name of character. Okay, and just create a new folder over here. I'm going to create, and I'm going to give this name as animation. So in one folder I'm going to keep all my character assets, and in one folder I'm going to keep all my animation assets separately. So let's just bring our assets. So over here, this is the SWAT guy, which basically they are character. So I'm going to drag and drop it inside the character folder. So it's going to import the FVX. Now here I want to tell you one thing. If you are doing the FVX import for the first time, it may ask you that the FVX importer, some sort of path is not set up correctly. So there will be a link. Just click on that, download the exe file and give its correct path, and the pop-up will basically go away. And after that you can easily import FVX with all the textures without any issues. So now I have imported the character. Now it's time to import all the animations. So I'm going to select both the animations and drag and drop it over to my animation folder. And let's just give it some time, and I think, okay, for some reason it has imported into the same folder. So let me control click, select and move it to the respected animation folder. Right, now it's time to set up our base scene, that in which we are going to do all the setup. Let's create a new folder, give it a name of scenes, and from here I'm going to select 3D scene, let's say world, and for the scenes let's give it a name called main. Alright, hit on play once, click on select current. So basically our scene setup is done. Now it's time to import our character inside the 3D scene, and we'll start configuring the animation. Alright, for the sake of this tutorial I'm not going to cover any of the third person movement controls and all that. I'm just going to focus on how to set up the animations and use it using the GD script code. Alright, so first thing that we have to do over here is the SWAT FVX that we have created. Now if I want, I can just simply drag and drop it inside my scene, and if all the textures has been imported correctly, you can see in my case everything has been set up and it's nicely done. Alright, it's all the textures are there, and I don't feel there is anything wrong in the character. Yes, so it has been imported successfully. But if let's say I want to make some changes, let's say I want to assign some new animations and all. If I want to click over here and I want to try to edit something, since I have like just dragged and dropped the FPX file directly inside my scene, I'm not going to, I'll not be basically able to make any new change. So what I have to do is click on new inherited in order to uh, create a new node. You can say a component scene node, which is going to copy all the settings from the original FVX, and here I'll be able to modify whatever things that I want to do. So once click on new inherited, it is going to display you something like this. Just press Ctrl S to save this new resource file, and I will go to my character and I'll create a new folder over here, and for now just give it a name, base character. Alright, and let's just give this guy a name called Mike. So basically this Mike is our character SWAT guy. Right now we have the animation player node already added, which you can see over here. So this is the node in which we have to do all the different animation setup, right? So the very first animation that we want to do is basically play the idle animation on loop, right? So for that, let me go ahead to my main scene, and this time I'm going to delete the root scene that I had added, basically the original FVX file, and this time I'm going to drag and drop this mic character into the world node, which is going to place it perfectly in the center of the origin of my scene, right? Press Ctrl S to save. Now click on this open in editor. Now we are editing this particular guy inside the new tab. Now here I'm going to expand this idle animation FPX that we have, and what we are going to do over here is double click on this one, and basically this is going to open up a new window which is basically showing me whatever the node that all the information that this particular FVX is having. And what I'm interested in is basically this mixamo.com and mixamo_com, and this is basically the animation clip that has come up with this idle FVX. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the loop mode to linear. So what this is going to do is this is basically going to tell the animation clip that this clip has to be played in the linear fashion in the loop. Now save to file. Now this is important because we are essentially going to extract the animation out of the downloaded FVX and use it. Right now I'm going to enable that, and then it is going to ask me, okay, tell me the path where we want to extract this animation to. Now I'm going to click on this folder icon, go ahead to my animation, create a new folder, and let me give it a name of clips, and over here I'm going to save it in the name of save, and here I'm going to save it in the name of idle.res. Alright, and just click re-import. So based on the settings, it is what is going to do is going to take up this idle.fvx and extract the animation clip that essentially that what we want, right? The same thing that we are going to do with the walking animation as well. Simply double click on that, click on the mixamo_com, and again for the walking as well we want looping, so we are going to set this to linear and enable the save file. Select the path, go to the animation clips. Over here I'm going to select I'm going to type in walking, sorry, and click on re-import. So once our clip has been extracted, so again now there is no use of these FVX, so we can safely delete this FVX from here since we have the clips extracted, and this is what we are interested in. Now here in our mic tab, that animation player node has already been added. So over here, if the animation window is not already open, you can click on this one to open up the animation tab, click on the animation button, and then click on manage animations. Okay, so here you can see some animation clips is already being used, so just click on delete button in order to delete it. Right now click on add library, and here let's give it this a name of default animations. Click OK. Right, so now a new library has been created. Now once the library has been created, we have to import the clips under the library through which we can cycle and play our respected animations. So to click on this folder icon, go to the animation clips and select the idle animation. So here you can see under this default animations library, my idle animation is linked. Okay, similarly we are going to click on this folder animation again, folder icon again, and double click to select this walking clip as well. So now under my default animations, idle and walking animation clips has been linked successfully. Okay, click on OK. So in the animation player, if you select the animation player node right now, you will see that here under here it is showing that this is my first animation is selected as a default animation, which it is already been selected. So if I want, I can go over here and select whatever animation that I want to view, click on this play button, and your animation should start working in the editor. Right now, why I am saying it is working in the editor, because it is just a preview. So here you can click on this play button in order to see whether the animation clip has been imported properly or not, and if there is any discrepancy while importing the animation file. So just make sure that all they are working and whatever animation that you have imported is working correctly and as per your need. So once done that, so now it is finally time to attach a script to our character and make sure the animation changes based on our given input. Alright, so first thing first, I'm going to press Ctrl S in order to save all my settings and changes. And in the root scene, now again the name is root scene, so here I'm going to just rename this Mike character. Alright, and here I'm going to click this plus icon, which is basically going to create a new script and link it to my root node over here. So let me create a new folder for my scripts. Let me create a new folder called scripts, and for now let's just give it a name of character animation changer. Just give it a job specific name. Alright, so now that our script has been attached and our animation player node is there, what I'm going to do, first thing first, delete everything. Alright, so now I'm going to select the animation player, and then I'm going to press Ctrl and hold it, and I'm going to drag it over here. And what this is going to do is basically create a reference to my node and making sure that whenever it is ready, only then store a reference inside this variable called animation underscore player. Alright, so what we have to do over here is, let me just type in ready function. So what we are going to set is basically that once our the application launches, when the script is ready, so first thing first we have to play the idle animation. So that is what I am going to define over here. So I am going to select I'm going to type in animation player dot play, and this method play is going to accept the animation, so auto completion. So because of the auto completion, I am already getting this hint that I have two animations inside my library, idle and walking. So I'm going to enter and select this idle animation, press Ctrl S to save the script. Now our character should play the idle animation when imported, when the scene is launched. What I'm going to do is delete this clip, the scene, and I'm going to go to my character, base character Mike, and I'm going to drag it once more. Alright, so our character has been imported over here. Let me click on play, and now you can see nothing, and that's because we have not added any camera. So let me add a child node and add a camera real quick. Let me add a camera 3D place my camera something like this. Actually do one thing, split the viewport, go to the preview section, and from here I can see whatever my camera is able to see. Alright, let me select this. Alright, that looks good. Nice. Let's press Ctrl S and hit on play. So now you can see over here I have not added any light and all, but our character is actually playing the idle animation. So now let's say that if we press spacebar, or let's say if we press enter, our character should change its animation from idle to walking. So how we can do this in script is, it's quite actually easy. Let's type in funct, and for now I'm going to use the process function, because every frame we have to check. Okay, and alright, instead of process, let's actually use the input event. Alright, so we are going to check that if any input event is happened, so we are going to verify if it is a spacebar or enter key is pressed, then change the animation. So we are going to type in the condition like if event is action pressed, because we are interested in listening to whatever action or button that is pressed. Okay, and by default Godot provide a nice set of already predefined inputs, which is UI accept, that is applicable for both spacebar and enter. So if this event is actually a UI accept event, then what I'm going to do is animation player dot play walking animation and press Ctrl S to save it, press play, and now you can see our animation is by default be playing the default idle, and if I press spacebar, now the character is playing the walk animation. And that was about it. I'm not going to go inside the scene setup, the lighting and all, because our main focus was to see how the animation works. So I hope this video helped you in terms of importing Mixamo characters and its animation inside Godot. Hope to see you in some next video. See you soon. Goodbye.